So, thanks for possibly following me onto the second channel, if this video even gets uploaded. But, these are some storyboards for my stories, and I want to explain them. There's Cole. He's not Red Hood, he's a different character. He only looks a little bit like Red Hood, but his helmet looks different. I just used a Red Hood helmet as an example. And, yeah, I took inspiration for his death from Noble Six and George's death. And he was Maul's best buddy, and sacrificed himself to save them. Katana was killed with a katana, and she killed the person who killed her. And I took heavy inspiration from that episode of Halo Legends called The Duel. Maul, he's a lot like Emil from Halo Reach, sadistic badass with knife fantasies or fanatic. And he was stabbed and killed, but he took the person with him. I obviously took inspiration from Emil's death. Dr. Fate was sliced in half by Scorpion when he wasn't looking, and he faded away. Didn't take inspiration from anybody's death, unless, I guess, the fading away part you could say Sirius Black from Harry Potter. This is my original character, Devil Girl. Don't worry, I got the picture off Google. I took inspiration for her death from Miranda Keyes from Halo 3. And, yeah, she was shot and killed by a Hell Priest. This is not supposed to be Ironhide. It's just a example. It's Warpath. He was shot in the back with a Cosmic Rust Gun and killed by bludgeon. And obviously his death is inspired by Ironhide's death from Dark of the Moon. Ratchet. He was severely injured and killed by Blitzwing and Astro Train and died in Ironhide's arms. His death, I guess you could say, was inspired by his movie death, but kinda not. Brawl's death was obviously inspired by the movie, except he was shot in the spark by RC, and severely injured by her and Bumblebee and Jazz. Jazz was shot and killed by Onslaught when he went to save Ironhide. And for those of you who don't know, Jazz is my favorite Transformer of all time, probably. That's supposed to be Bludgeon's death. He was crushed by Metroplex. Obviously took inspiration from that from that scene in Fall Cybertron where Megatron is crushed. And for Jazz's death, it was that scene where Bumblebee gets shot. And yeah. Then there's graphic warning. This is Trailbreaker's death, obviously inspired by More Than Meets the Eye, IDW. He was referenced multiple times in the story. Brother Storm was, his death was inspired by Last Stand of the Wreckers, and he was shot through the head by Overlord after cracking a joke. Pyro was ripped apart by Helix and Thesaurus, obviously inspired from his IDW death. Pipes was crushed under Overlord's foot, and he made it to the ship and blew it up in an attempt to kill Overlord, but it failed and he died. That's just an image of Tarn, basically supposed to be a teaser for what was to come. Spawn got branded with the mark of shame after the second story because he's been captured by demons. There are a bunch of rogue demons in the prison. There's a female revenant named Riva, Jim the Imp, and Canon the Mancubus, and more. Spawn is also in the prison, but they all broke out. Spawn found one of the angels that he freed from the first story called Fate. She's going to help him on his journey. He made it to a Slayer gate, and it had a Spawn handprint on it. It was Spawn's hand. And for those of you who don't know or haven't seen the first part of this story, Spawn was killed by the Marauder in that Slayer gate. The icon is Sin, basically a teaser, and the end. That's how the Spawn story is going to end, with just a glimpse of his face, basically inspired by Halo 4's legendary. Well, I hope you enjoyed, and if the video gets uploaded, please like it, or don't, I don't care, really. Just do what you want. But, bye, and